Hi everyone, it's Terry here sharing another process video for Peartree Cutfiles. For this layout I'm using the new Dragonflies cut file from the June release, and I've shrunk it slightly smaller and cut it out twice from white cardstock. I'm just drawing around the outside of those wings now because I want to create some vellum wings that are just going to sit behind the cut file. So I'm not going to stick it down flush, they're just going to be there as like an extra layer, so it looks like the wings are moving and the dragonflies are flying. I've also pulled out some of the new Peartree pieces, some of those hearts to use on this layout as well. So I'm going with a very girly, romantic feel to this layout, as the photos are of when I went wedding dress shopping with a friend recently, so I wanted to document that she said yes to the dress. So now I've got all my wings cut out, I'm going to just look at these patterned papers from the Maggie Holmes Garden Party collection and then use these just to back the kind of bodies of the dragonflies. So I'm going to use the light pink like gingham pattern that's on the back of this floral paper. So you'll see I just draw around the inside and outside of the body, and then I will just trim it with some scissors and then glue it straight down. So I just show you one set of this and then fast forward through the second one. I'm just adding some wet glue and then sticking that body down for both of those dragonflies, sorry. I'm just using a glue pen just to make it a little bit easier, so I don't get too much excess. And now I'm painting my butterfly, I keep saying butterfly, but the dragonflies, the wings anyway, in Shimmer's paint. And this is Pinko de Mayo, I think. So I'm just painting the wings of the dragonflies in this beautiful pink shimmery paint to coordinate with the colours that are in the rest of the layout that's going to be created. So I'm using the Garden Party collection from Maggie Holmes for the rest of the layout as well. I'm not being too neat with this, I'm just trying to make sure that I don't paint any of the body of the dragonfly. I want to just focus on the wings being coloured in. And then hopefully that pink will then pop against the vellum that I'm going to stick behind. So I pop that to one side to dry, and then I'm going to get on with creating my layout. So I'm just going to tear a couple of strips of patterned paper to create kind of an area of interest at the top of the page. I'm going to overlap these two pieces. So I'm just kind of roughing up the edges and rolling them up a little bit just to add a bit of texture to the layout, and you can just about see the other pattern underneath poking through. I absolutely love all these floral patterns in this collection, and I've bought lots of this collection to use for my own wedding album, which hopefully will happen later this year. So I'm just overlapping the that little floral piece with that gingham, and I'm going to add some of this mini pom-pom trim underneath just to add a bit of a different texture on this layout. It comes together quite quickly, this page. there's not too much going on once you've got the dragonflies sorted and a bit of mixed media to the background. So I'm just adding those vellum wings now to the dragonflies, and you'll be able to see how my idea comes together with those. So just adding a small amount of glue behind the body of the dragonfly and then sticking the wings on. Now I'm just looking at how I might want to arrange them on my page. So I'm going with kind of a cascading look. And I want to add a bit of mixed media behind where those dragonflies are going to be, but I don't want it to be particularly bold in colour or anything. So I'm just adding some drips and dots of a shimmers, pink lemonade spray and some gold acrylic ink, and then I pull out like a green Heidi Swap colour shine to add as well, just to literally add a bit of colour behind those dragonflies and so that they don't look like they're just stuck straight onto the page. So while that's drying, I'm just going to mat my photos. So I've got these 2 photos from the day, and I'm just going to add them to a vellum piece of paper. I don't want to create, because I've got quite a bit of pattern going on at the top of the page, I want something more subtle where the photos are going to be, so I don't detract from these beautiful dragonflies. So I've popped the bodies of the dragonflies up on foam pads but left the wings so that they're able to move and stick up. I'm just tucking my photos in under the dragonflies. I've got this Bramble Fox perspective that's an old one that says beautiful, so it's kind of a pinky purple colour, so it works lovely with that shimmers paint. So I'm going to use that as part of my title. I'm just going to add beautiful day, because it was just when we had come out of lockdown, and it was really nice to do something almost semi-normal but exciting at the same time, because we were looking for a dress for her wedding. So I'm adding in that camera perspective as well at the top, but I do move it first to put a couple of stickers there from the sticker sheet. I always use glossy accents to stick my perspectives down. I find it's the best thing to use. So from the cut apart sheet, I've got this little ticket that's in a blue colour, and I wanted to pull in some of the blues and the yellows that are in that patterned paper at the back because everything is very pink at the moment. So now I'm looking at these Peartree pieces. So these are lovely little blue felt hearts that Marie now sells in the shop. So I'm just looking at adding them in and around some clusters of embellishment. I've gone with the light blue colours rather than the darker colours or the glittery ones, because I didn't want to add too much to the page and detract from those lovely pastel painted dragonflies. So I do add in some of these pearlescent kind of nouveau drop type things, just some little dots here and there, and then I follow that with some sequins. So I pull out some blue and white sequins that have got a pearlescent finish to them, just to kind of emphasise that cascading feel to where the dragonflies are. So this layout's nearly finished. I simply just add some journaling to that little tag at the bottom, and then it's done. Thank you for joining me on YouTube today. Check out the links in the description below to find out more inspiration and where these products are available.